Miami wakes up with sunlight, palm trees, and the promise of the American dream. But here's the real question. What does it truly mean to be Bob Marley's son, and never grow up inside the Marley mansion? This is the story of Ky-Mani Marley, born into a legendary name, yet raised far from luxury. No inheritance of fame, no safety net of legacy. Just struggle, discipline, and the long road to self-definition. This video isn't just about where Ky-Mani lives, it's about how he built a life of his own. Ky-Mani Marley, born Ky-Mani Ronald Marley on February 26, 1976, entered the world carrying one of the heaviest last names in music history. He is the son of Bob Marley and Anita Belnavis, a respected Jamaican table tennis champion. Yet despite the legacy attached to his name, Ky-Mani's childhood was anything but royal. He was one of 11 children acknowledged by Bob Marley, and the only one from Bob's relationship with Belnavis, born outside his marriage to Rita Marley. From the beginning, his position in the family was complicated. He grew up in Falmouth, Trelawney Parish, in a poor and often violent neighborhood where survival mattered more than symbolism. Gunshots were not metaphors, they were background noise. His name, Ky-Mani, derived from East African roots meaning adventurous traveler, would later feel prophetic. But early on, life was about endurance, not exploration. In 1981, when Ky-Mani was just 5 years old, Bob Marley died from melanoma. The loss left a permanent absence, no father figure, no guidance, no protection from the weight of expectation that came with the Marley name. Bob's music would influence Ky-Mani deeply, but Bob the man was gone before Ky-Mani ever truly knew him. Around 1985, Ky-Mani and his mother moved to Miami, Florida, a cultural shock that would quietly reshape his future. Miami radio exposed him to hip-hop, rock, pop, and R&B, pulling him beyond the boundaries of traditional reggae. While many expected him to follow his father's path immediately, Ky-Mani didn't rush toward music. In fact, he leaned into sports first, soccer and American football, seeing them as a way out that didn't rely on inheritance. Music arrived gradually. Encouraged by his mother, he studied piano and guitar, played trumpet in his high school band, and began experimenting with rap and DJing. His early single, Unnecessary Badness, reflected that hybrid identity, Caribbean roots filtered through American streets. He also started recording alongside his half-brothers Stephen, Julian, and Damian Marley, learning collaboration without surrendering independence. By 1996, Ky-Mani signed with Shang Records and released his debut album Like Father Like Son, a title that invited comparison but delivered honesty instead. Songs like Judge Not with Patra and Dear Dad, which later topped the UK reggae charts, revealed vulnerability rather than bravado. By 1997, collaborations expanded globally, including work with Refugee Camp All-Stars and Pras of the Fugees on Avenues, a reimagining of Eddie Grant's Electric Avenue. His momentum continued with The Journey, 2000, and Many More Roads, 2001, the latter earning a Grammy nomination and pushing him onto international stages. Touring followed, including a striking contrast in 2007 when he opened for Van Halen, a reggae artist warming up rock arenas across America. Later projects like Maestro and collaborations such as Royalty with XXXTentacion confirmed his relevance across generations. Alongside music, Ky-Mani built an acting career with roles in Jamaican films like Shottas and One Love, further distancing himself from any single label. After decades of building credibility rather than chasing headlines, Ky-Mani Marley's career naturally leads to a financial picture defined by consistency, not sudden spikes. Income and net worth. His estimated net worth sits around $5 million, a figure shaped by longevity, diversified work, and a loyal global audience rather than blockbuster fame. Music remains the backbone of his income. Album sales, publishing rights, and streaming royalties continue to generate steady returns from a catalog that spans generations. Projects like the Grammy-nominated Many More Roads, emotionally charged tracks such as Dear Dad, and later collaborations, including Royalty with XXXTentacion, keep his music circulating across platforms. Live performances add another crucial layer. Touring and festival appearances, especially in Europe and North America, have long been a major revenue driver. Opening for rock legends like Van Halen introduced him to non-reggae audiences, while his own events, such as the Maestro Marley Cup that blends music and football, reflect an entrepreneurial approach to live entertainment. Acting has also contributed meaningfully. Roles in cult classic films like Shada, One Love, and Haven provided both income and cultural relevance, allowing him to expand beyond music without diluting his identity. These projects may not command Hollywood-level paychecks, but they diversify earnings and extend career longevity. Growing up without privilege, without protection, and often without support, he learned early that real change doesn't come from symbolism. It comes from presence, from showing up where help is actually needed. Philanthropy. His most visible philanthropic effort is the Love Over All Foundation, LOAF, established around 2008. The mission is straightforward but ambitious: reduce illiteracy, fight poverty, and create tangible opportunities for children and communities living at the margins. Education sits at the center of that mission, not as charity, but as a long-term solution. Through school support, resources, and mentorship, the foundation focuses on children who are often overlooked by larger systems. What sets Ky-Mani apart is his insistence on direct involvement. Rather than limiting his role to fundraising or name recognition, he remains hands-on, visiting communities, engaging with youth, and aligning programs with real local needs. LOAF operates across the Caribbean, particularly Jamaica, as well as in parts of Africa and the United States, reflecting a global but grounded outlook. His work has not gone unnoticed. Ky-Mani was honored as Philanthropist of the Year by the Prince Albert II Foundation of Monaco's Better World Award, recognition that highlights substance over spectacle. It's not about how loud the effort is, but how effective. Youth empowerment through sport is another key focus. A lifelong sports enthusiast, Ky-Mani has invested time and resources into youth football programs in Jamaica, especially through initiatives connected to Falmouth United. Events like the Maestro Marley Cup, which blends music and football, turn entertainment into opportunity, raising awareness, building community, and giving young people a reason to believe in discipline and teamwork. And behind that commitment to service is a man who values privacy just as fiercely as purpose, bringing us to the most guarded chapter of all. Personal life. To this day, he has not been publicly identified as married. Over the years, rumors of past relationships have surfaced, including mentions of singer Tammy Chin, but none have been consistently confirmed in reliable biographies. What is known is that Ky-Mani is a father, reportedly to as many as 9 children from different relationships. The structure mirrors that of his own upbringing, echoing the complicated family dynamics left behind by Bob Marley. Yet unlike the distance he once felt, Ky-Mani has made a visible effort to remain present. He maintains close ties with his children, occasionally sharing family moments publicly and supporting their creative ambitions. Some of them have already stepped into modeling and entertainment, represented through family-connected talent agencies. The most painful chapter of his personal story surfaced in 2010 with the release of his memoir, Dear Dad, Where's the Family in Our Family Today? In the book, Ky-Mani describes growing up largely estranged from the Marley family following Bob Marley's death in 1981, when Ky-Mani was only 5 years old. While he was one of Bob's acknowledged children, he claims he was excluded from family gatherings, emotional support, and many of the financial benefits tied to the Marley inheritance. He contrasts that exclusion with his own upbringing in Miami, marked by poverty, instability, and struggle, describing it as far more difficult than the lives of some of his siblings who grew up within the Marley inner circle. The book was not an attack, but a reckoning. A son asking where he fit in a family the world assumed had embraced him. The fallout was immediate. Ky-Mani accused the publisher, Farrah Gray, of altering footnotes, cover design, and even the tone of the title without authorization, changes he claimed were made to sensationalize the narrative and generate controversy. He considered legal action, arguing that his story had been reframed into conflict rather than truth. The publisher responded with a different version, suggesting Ky-Mani faced pressure and even threats from family members who opposed the book's content, allegedly including warnings of financial support being cut off if the story remained uncensored. Reports described deepening tension within the Marley family, with figures close to Rita Marley allegedly seeking to block or soften the narrative. That unresolved history explains much about the way he lives today. Why privacy matters, why independence is non-negotiable, and why home means safety more than status. And it's that need for grounding, far from family politics and public expectations, that makes one place especially important in his life. House in Miami, Florida. Miami isn't just where Ky-Mani Marley lives, it's where he learned how to become himself. His home reflects that exact philosophy. A refined 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom residence with a private study, the house spans roughly 2,117 square feet, comfortably sized, intentionally designed, and far from excessive. This isn't a celebrity compound built to impress strangers. It's a real home, built for daily life, family rhythms, and creative focus. Step inside and the first thing you notice is light. Natural light flows freely through an open-plan layout that connects the living room, dining space, and kitchen without barriers. The design feels effortless, elegant furnishings without stiffness, clean lines without coldness. It's the kind of space where music can play in the background while real conversations happen in the foreground. No gold fixtures screaming for attention. Just calm, breathable design. The private study is one of the most revealing rooms in the house. Quiet, tucked away, and flexible, it serves as a reminder that Ky-Mani is still a working artist. This is where writing happens. Where phone calls are made. Where focus matters more than aesthetics. In an age of performative luxury, choosing a real workspace says everything. The primary bedroom continues that theme of understated control. Spacious but not indulgent, it offers privacy and separation from the rest of the home. The ensuite bathroom reinforces the sense of retreat. This is a personal zone, not a showroom. A place to decompress, reset, and unplug from the world outside. Step outdoors and the Miami lifestyle fully reveals itself. The backyard feels like a private island escape, wrapped in lush tropical landscaping that creates both beauty and privacy. At the center is a heated pool with a gentle waterfall, designed for year-round use, not seasonal flexing. Nearby, a covered outdoor entertainment area flows naturally into a cozy fire pit, setting the stage for relaxed evenings, quiet gatherings, and long conversations under the stars. There's also a small guest house on the property, perfect for visiting family, close friends, or multi-generational living. It's a subtle but meaningful feature, especially for someone with deep family values and a large extended circle. This isn't about hosting parties. It's about keeping people close. The 2-car garage rounds out the picture, offering practical space for vehicles, tools, and the kind of gear that fits a Florida lifestyle: fishing equipment, boating essentials, weekend toys. Taken together, this Miami home feels like a translation of Ky-Mani Marley himself. Caribbean roots, American structure, no wasted motion. It's not about proving success, it's about living comfortably inside it. And when a home is this grounded, the next question becomes simple. What does someone like Ky-Mani choose to drive when personality matters more than price tags? Cars. For Ky-Mani Marley, cars aren't trophies. They're extensions of character, chosen for meaning, not market value. The Suzuki Samurai is perhaps the most honest reflection of that mindset. Compact, boxy, and unapologetically utilitarian, the Samurai became iconic in Ky-Mani's world after appearing in his music video All the Way. Powered by a modest 1.3-liter inline-4 engine producing around 63 horsepower, it's not built for speed, it's built for grit. With its lightweight frame, part-time 4-wheel drive, and no-nonsense design, the Samurai represents freedom over flash. Then there's the 1965 Chevrolet Impala, a complete contrast in silhouette but not in spirit. Long, low, and unmistakably American, the 65 Impala is a cultural icon, especially within Black and Caribbean American communities. Often equipped with a V8 engine ranging from 283 to 409 cubic inches, the car delivered smooth power, deep engine notes, and cruising confidence. Its wide body, chrome accents, and flowing lines speak to an era when style meant presence, not excess. And when someone chooses meaning over price tags, it raises the final question: after the houses, the cars, and the legacy, what does it all add up to in the end? Ky-Mani Marley's life reminds us that legacy isn't something you inherit, it's something you build, one decision at a time. Thank you for spending this time with us. If you enjoyed this journey, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Would you choose freedom over fame? Until next time, stay curious and stay grounded.